Today's topic is the Day of Judgment. This is a topic that comes up often in our daily lives, and I've made numerous videos on the subject already. But today I want to ask a question that I haven't explored yet. And if you watch until the end of this video, I'll even ask you a question too. Here goes. What if Judgment Day doesn't start on Earth? What if it begins on another planet? Now, before I explain the viral structure of this video, let me tell you a story. Once upon a time, there was a man who was sitting on a boat in the middle of the ocean. The boat was tiny compared to the vastness of the sea, just like we are when we stand next to the wonders of the universe. Suddenly he felt the boat rock beneath him. He looked around, saw no one, and asked himself, "Is it the waves of the ocean rocking my boat?" Just then he saw a massive whale surface near the boat and disappear. Was that the cause? He thought. Still the boat rocked again. He spotted another enormous fish jump out of the water, and he realized, that's probably why my boat is moving. At that moment, a huge wave struck the boat, almost capsizing it. He exclaimed, "How can I be so small in such a big sea?" Then a wise old fisherman who was sitting calmly in the corner spoke up. "You're not small," he said. "You're just standing next to something bigger than you. That's why your boat is rocking. Now I have a question for you. Are we really at the center of the universe?" This question seems simple, but its answer has profound implications. You see, Islam teaches that the Day of Judgment is a reality that no one can escape. It will come whether we believe in it or not. However, with the discovery of countless planets, some potentially habitable, does that mean Judgment Day will start somewhere other than Earth? Could we be sipping tea on Mars or swimming in the oceans of Enceladus while Judgment Day rages on Jupiter? For example, if Allah created the entire universe, does that mean Judgment Day is universal, affecting all His creation simultaneously? Or could it be staggered across worlds? If Judgment Day happens instantly everywhere, then we should consider how Allah, the Almighty, will gather all people and jinn from different planets. Will they travel to Earth, or will He judge us where we are? This is where the fun begins. Let's delve into what Islamic teachings say about the Day of Judgment and its possible scenarios. Before we get into the deep stuff, let me lighten the mood with a quick joke. Why did the astronaut take a ladder to space? Because he heard the stars were a little dusty. Anyway, back to the topic at hand. To understand the scope of Judgment Day, we need to look at how Allah describes Himself in the Quran. He refers to Himself in the plural, we or us, which indicates His partnership in divinity. This concept is beautifully explained by Imam al-Ghazali in his book, The Unity of God. He says, the plurality in the Quranic references to God does not imply multiplicity in essence, but multiplicity in attributes or modes of existence. In other words, Allah, in His oneness, may have different ways of expressing Himself due to the diversity of His creation. Let's explore how Allah reveals His will. There are two ways: through general verses applicable to all creation, and through specific verses applicable to certain prophets. General verses like, "Whoever does good, whether male or female, and he who does evil apply to all people everywhere." Specific verses like, say, "O humanity," are addressed to specific groups. These two methods show Allah's wisdom and mercy in guiding those who seek Him. For example, the general verse, "And we certainly created man, and we know what his soul whispers to him," applies to everyone. Yet, specific verses like "Alif Lam Mim, a letter from us, is humanity," guide particular prophets. This approach allows Allah to address all of creation while tailoring guidance to specific situations. So if Allah created other life forms on other planets, would He also send prophets to guide them? The idea of prophets is mentioned in the Quran, but it's important to note that the term prophet does not always refer to a major prophet like Ibrahim, Isa, or Muhammad. In Surah Al-Ra'd, verse 6, Allah states, "And certainly there were among those who listened to speech we had sent between humanity those who conveyed justice, conveying them openly and secretly." This verse suggests that Allah may have sent prophets to many different places, not just in our world. In fact, the Prophet Muhammad told us that Allah sent 124,000 prophets, each with their own followers and scriptures. Some of these prophets preached in lands now underwater, as mentioned in Surah Al-Kahf, verse 17. This leads to the fascinating possibility that Allah may have sent prophets to other planets as well, considering the billions of worlds out there. Now let's talk about Judgment Day itself. When Allah speaks about the resurrection, He uses phrases like, "And the trumpet will be blown, and everything will perish, and all creation will assemble before their Lord." This makes us wonder, will everything be gathered here on earth? Or will He judge the inhabitants of other planets where they are? Some scholars believe that the Day of Judgment will start on Earth and that other planets will be judged afterward. This view is based on the fact that the Earth is where humanity lives, and it's mentioned more often in the Quran than other celestial bodies. Others believe that the Day of Judgment will begin simultaneously everywhere, affecting all of creation at once. This idea aligns with the concept of Allah's unity and omnipotence. Still, there's another perspective worth considering. What if the Day of Judgment starts in a place we least expect, like on Mars or maybe even on a planet that hasn't been discovered yet? Imagine the scene. One day, on an alien planet, a Martian or any other intelligent being there might be praying to their creator. Suddenly they hear a voice saying, "This is the Day of Judgment." They look up in the sky and see the Earth along with all the other planets lined up, ready to be judged. In that moment they realize they aren't alone in the universe and that Allah's judgment extends beyond their world. This humbling realization brings them closer to acknowledging Allah's greatness and their own place in the grand scheme of things. The Day of Judgment is a reality that will affect every living thing. And Allah knows best when and how it will happen. While we ponder the possibilities, it's essential to remember that no matter where or when it occurs, the Day of Judgment should inspire us to reflect on our actions and strive to be the best Muslims we can be. Finally, the last part of this video is reserved for my question for you. Could Judgment Day surprise humanity by starting on a distant world first? Would we even know? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe for more videos that dive into the depths of Islamic teachings. Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring the wonders of our faith. Thank you for joining me on this journey through space and spirituality. Remember, knowledge is a treasure that no one can steal from you. So keep learning, keep asking questions, and above all, keep seeking the truth. Until then, Salam Alaikum.